Sitting up nice and tall, close your eyes. Feel the sit bones press against the mat, lifting up through the spine and up through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders. And start to focus on your breathing. You're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. As you inhale, feel the outsides of your ribcage can expand with your breath. And then as you exhale, contract those muscles and press that air out. So keeping your eyes closed here, we're going to take a few more breaths on your own, finding the rhythm of your breathing and connecting your body to your mat. On your next inhale, extend the arms up, reach up long through the upper body, and as you exhale, stretch to the right. So you're stretching that side, maybe looking towards your arm. Hold for one more breath here. On your inhale, reach back to center, lengthen tall, exhale, stretch to your left. Inhale, reach back to center. Exhale, hands release forward. Walk the hands out and fold out over your legs. You want to feel a stretch across your lower back and into your outer hips. Start to walk your hands back towards the shins, changing the cross of your legs, opposite leg in front. Inhale, reach up. Fingers interlace, palms press up, looking up towards the hands. As you exhale, round the back, pressing the palms forward, separate the shoulder blades, and draw your chin to your chest. Inhale the hands back up, and exhale, release. You can take a seated twist, left hand behind the back, right hand to your knee. Lengthen long as you inhale, and exhale, twist, looking back over your left shoulder. On your next exhale, come back to center, switching sides. Inhale, lengthen long, and exhale, twist. Looking back over your right shoulder. Try to let those muscles rotate around the spine, pressing the shoulders down and away from the ears. As you exhale, come back to center. Rolling over onto your hands and knees. Do a few cat-cow stretches to open up your lower back. On your inhale, drop the belly, reach the heart forward, look up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest, extend the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, stretch the front body. Exhale, round. Take 2 more cycles here. Make sure you're moving with your breath. Just letting go of any tension that you're holding on to in your spine. Coming back to a neutral spine for spinal balance. Take your right leg back. Find your balance and reach your left fingertips forward. Make sure you're drawing your belly tight, looking towards the floor. On your next exhale, round the back. Hug knee to elbow, contract your abdominal muscles, touch. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, round. And reach. 2 more. Last one, exhale, inhale, lengthen. On your next exhale, start to bend your right knee, grab hold of the top of the foot, press the toes up. Try to lift your chest away from the mat, stretching through the left arm and the left shoulder. Hold for 1 more breath. As you inhale, release the foot, stretch back across your mat. Exhale, lower, switching sides, left leg back, right fingertips forward, lengthen the upper body. As you exhale, round the back, contract the belly, touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale. And reach. 2 more. Last one. And then start to bend your knee, reach back for the top of the foot, press the foot up, lift the chest away from the mat. Hold for 1 more breath. As you inhale, release the foot, stretch it back across your mat. And exhale, lower. Lowering down to your forearms, step your feet back to a forearm plank. So your shoulders, hips, and heels parallel with the floor, gazing down towards the mat. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, try lifting your right toes up. See if you can hold 1 breath there. On your exhale, lower the right toes down. Switching sides, left leg lifts. Extend out through that heel. Hold for 1 breath. On your exhale, lower the left toes down. Coming back to that forearm plank, hold for 3 more breaths here. So make sure you're squeezing your belly tight around the spine. You can always modify by dropping those knees down at any time. 1 last breath. As you inhale, start to lift your hips up. Walk your feet towards your face, so you're moving into your dolphin. Press down through the forearms, lifting the hips up and back. Let the head release between the upper arms. 5 breaths here. On your last exhale, drop the knees down, set the hips all the way back to child's pose. So take a few breaths here in your child's pose. Make sure you're breathing in and out through the nose, always checking in with that breath. Remember, you can come down to child's pose at any time, listening to your body and doing what feels best. On your next inhale, lift up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, press the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Your hands are shoulder width distance, feet are hip width distance, heels reach down towards the mat as you shift your weight back. Let your head hang between the upper arms. No tension in your neck, shaking the head yes and no. Start to stretch out those hamstrings even further, pedaling your heels, 1 foot, then the other towards the floor. Stretching through the sides of the body. Maybe lifting up onto your tippy toes, taking the heels back down. Just spend the next couple of breaths finding your downward dog. On your next inhale, come out to plank pose. Shoulders shift out over your fingertips. Strong, straight arms. Great. Gazing down towards the floor. Make sure you're drawing the shoulder blades down to lengthen the upper body through the neck. You can either stay here, lift the right toes up. Just a few inches again, reaching out through that heel, contract the belly. As you exhale, lower the right toes down. Switching sides, left leg up. Hold for 1 breath. As you exhale, lower the left toes down. Lift from the belly. Press those hips up and back. Coming back to your down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg back. Keeping the leg straight, reach out through the heel to lengthen the leg. On your next exhale, take your big toe and second toe. Hook your right heel and press your heel down towards the floor. So you're going to use the weight of that right foot to take your left heel closer to your mat. On your next inhale, right leg extends back up. Exhale, lower, switching sides. Inhale, left leg back. As you exhale, take your big toe and second toe. Hook your right heel. Press the right heel down. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, lower the left toes down. Inhale, come back out to plank. As you exhale, lower Chaturanga. Remember, you can use those knees if you'd like. You're going to lower the body, keeping those elbows tucked tight alongside the torso. On your inhale, stay low, coming into a Cobra. So your belly and hips stay on the mat. Draw those shoulders down, lengthen the neck. Like you're drawing your chest forward. Keeping your upper body lifted, start to reach the hands back. So your palms are up, reach those fingertips. You want to draw the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And then when you're ready, lifting the feet up off the mat. Hold for one more breath. And exhale, release. Taking your hands alongside the ribcage, tuck your toes, press your hips up and back. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. So remember, you always want to concentrate on your breath. Make sure you're deepening your inhales and your exhales. Breathing into all areas of your body. Hold for one more breath here. On your last exhale, looking forward between your hands, stepping your feet one foot, then the other to the top of your mat. Let your upper body fold towards the thighs, releasing your head. If your lower back is tight, try taking a small bend in the knees. That'll help release any tension. On your next inhale, extend the arms up, reaching up through the fingertips. Exhale, hands behind the back. Shoulders press open, stretch across the upper body. And then start to take it forward, reaching your hands up, away from the body. Try to press the hands closer together so you're deepening the stretch across the chest. On your next inhale, start to come back up. Release the arms and reach. Exhale, palms press together at heart center. Coming to the top of your mat. Big toes together for sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge in your hips, lengthen that upper body as you fold forward. Inhale, flat back, reach the heart forward. Exhale, hands release down alongside your feet. Step back to plank. Remember, you want your shoulders out over your fingertips. Exhale, Chaturanga. Keep those elbows hooked tight as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drop the shoulders, roll the shoulders back, maybe looking up. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Keep pressing your hips further back, reach your heels closer to your mat. Keep your concentration on your breath. On your last exhale, look forward between your hands. Step or float the feet to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward, move with your breath. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands release down, step back to plank. Lower Chaturanga, stay in control of your body. Inhale, up dog, pressing the tops of the feet against your mat. Exhale, lift the hips, press it back. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. On the bottom of your last exhale, look forward, step or float the feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the arms up, reach up nice and long through the upper body. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands release down, step back to plank, and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, reach your right leg back. On your exhale, step the foot between your hands. Drop that left knee down. So you're in a low crescent as you reach up through the fingers. So you're dropping those hips, lift up through the pelvis. Start to look up if you found your balance. On your next exhale, hands release down. Left hand stays down on the inside of the front foot. Inhale, twist, easy twist. Looking up to that right hand. Try to draw the shoulder back away from the mat. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, right hand releases down. Tuck the toes of the back foot, pick up that right foot, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, reach up. As you're dropping into those hips, lift up, lengthen. Slow your breath. As you exhale, hands release down. Leave that right hand down on the inside of the front foot. Inhale, twist. You're looking up to that left hand. Try to draw the shoulder back, stretching across the left shoulder head. As you exhale, lower the left hand down. Tuck the toes of the back foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, reach your right leg back. This time as you exhale, hug your right knee across the body. See if you can touch knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend the leg back. Exhale, knee across the body. Squeeze those obliques, touch, and reach. 2 more. Last one. And reach. As you exhale, step the foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down, coming into your warrior 2. Make sure your right toes point forward towards the top of your mat. You're gonna bend into your right knee, keep that left leg straight. Think of lifting up nice and long through the upper body, through the crown of the head, but then let those shoulders relax down away from the ears. Hold for 1 more breath here. Try to exhale even deeper into that stretch. Hold that depth, reverse it, right arm up. Look up to your right hand. On your next exhale, cartwheel the arms forward. Step back to plank. Option here, right leg lifted. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, take that left knee across the body. See if you can touch knee to right elbow. Inhale the leg back up. Exhale, knee across the body. Squeeze your abdominal muscles, touch. And reach. Last 2, don't forget to breathe. Remember, you can always modify down to the opposite knee. Last 1. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down, warrior 2, second side. So your left toes point forward, bending into your knee. Make sure you're using that inner thigh muscle to press the knee open. Relax the shoulders, slow your breathing. Try to exhale a little bit deeper into that stretch. Hold that depth, reverse it, left arm up. Look up to your left hand. Exhale, cartwheel the arms forward, step back to plank. Option left leg lifted. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press the hips up and back. On your next inhale, come back up to plank. Taking side plank, opening up to your right fingertips reach up. So if you want to modify here, remember you can drop that left knee down. Make sure your left wrist is underneath your shoulder. You want to lift that left hip away from the mat. See if you can look up to your right hand. Hold for 1 more breath. As you exhale, lower the right hand down, back to plank. Second side. So if you're not modifying, you want 2 straight legs, stack your left foot on top of your right, and reach the left arm up. Find your balance, look up to your left hand. Hold for 1 more breath. Exhale, lower the left hand down, back to plank. Lower Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here or child's pose. Concentrating on slowing your breath. next inhale, right leg extends back. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Inhale to warrior two. So now that the hips are a little bit warmer, try to widen the distance between your feet. So you want to try to get that right thigh more parallel with the mat. As you inhale, reverse it. We're going to stay here. Look up to that right hand. Maybe sweep that left hand behind the back to find your right hip crease. On your next exhale, left forearm to thigh. Opposite arm stretches and lengthens. Looking towards that left hand. If you want to go a little bit deeper here, if it feels okay on your hips, you can start to take that right hand down, dropping a little bit further into those hips. So you're extending even more across the hips and the outer body. From here, if you'd like to wrap, you can by taking that left hand behind the back. You want to concentrate on drawing the left shoulder back and down away from the ear. So you can stay in that half wrap. If you want to take the full wrap, reaching underneath that front thigh. Try to open up across the hips. Looking up towards the ceiling. Hold for one more breath. If you have that wrap, start to release. Left arm extends forward. Inhale back to warrior two. Stay here to exhale. Taking your left hand to your hip, shift your weight to your right leg for half moon. So you want to open up your left hip and shoulder away from the mat. You're reaching that left heel out, lengthening through the upper body. You can bend your front knee if you need to. You do want your fingertips on your mat or block. If you found your balance, start to extend the left arm up. So you're reaching up through those fingertips, maybe looking towards the side if you found your balance. Hold for one more breath. As you exhale, start to bend your right knee. Step back with your left to warrior two. Inhale, reverse, right arm up. Exhale, curl the arms forward, step back to plank. Option here, right leg lifted. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Warrior two, second side. Left toes, try to inch the foot a little bit further, going deeper into that stretch. Looking out over your left hand. As you inhale, reverse it. Staying here. Maybe sweeping that right hand behind the back. Try to breathe more oxygen into that left rib cage. On your next exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm stretches forward, lengthen through that upper and outside body. Try to look to your hand if that's okay on your neck. So you can either stay here if you want to take it deeper into that hip stretch. Take your left hand down to the inside of the front foot. Start to bend even deeper into those hips. From here, if you'd like to take that wrap, right hand behind the back, make sure you're drawing that shoulder away from the mat. You want to be able to look up towards the ceiling. You can either stay in that half wrap or fully connect, reaching up underneath that front thigh. So wherever you've decided to stop, you're going to hold for 2 more breaths. Try to focus on slowing your breathing. If you have that wrap, start to release. Right arm extends forward. Inhale back to warrior two. On your exhale, right hand to hip. Shift your weight to that left leg, lift up. So again, you want to be light on your fingertips. Make sure you're squeezing that standing leg. So engaging the muscles around the bone. If you found your balance, start to reach the right arm up. Try to open up that right hip as much as you can away from the mat. Reaching back through the heel so the right leg straightens even further. Maybe looking towards the side to challenge your balance. On your next exhale, bend that left knee, step back with your right to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, curl the arms forward, step back to plank. Option left leg lifted, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. your next inhale, reach your right leg back. This time as you exhale, start to reach that right hip open. Bend your knees. You're letting the whole foot fall behind the body. Lifting that right hip up away from the mat. See if you can look underneath that right arm. You can either stay here if you want to flip your downward dog. Let that foot keep going to the floor behind you. Press your hips up. See if you can find that back bend. Reach your right hand forward and look to your hands. Try to press the hips up a little bit more. Hold for one more breath if you took that flip dog. When you're ready, start to take it back over. Lead with the right hip and hand. Extend that right leg back. As you exhale, step the foot between your hands. Inhale to warrior two. So from here, straighten that front leg, keeping both legs straight. Right fingertips reach forward, lengthen that upper body. Start to take that right hand to your shin, left arm up. Moving into triangle. So you're gonna open up again, the left hip and shoulder away from the mat. Reach up through the fingertips and look to your hand. Make sure the legs are strong, pressing down firmly through the feet, through the heels and the balls of the feet. If you want to go a bit further here, start to drop that left hand behind the back. Maybe finding your hip crease as you draw open the shoulder. You can either stay here, take it further, floating that right hand across the chest. So you want to use the strength of your abdominal muscles and that standing leg to support your body weight. Looking up over the shoulder. Hold for 2 more breaths. If you have that bind, start to release. Left arm up. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bend to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the arms forward. Step back to plank. Move through vinyasa. Inhale, reach your left leg back. As you exhale, start to lift that hip open. Bend your knees. You're looking up underneath the left arm. You want to go further here, flipping your downward dog. Let that foot keep going to the floor behind you. You want to press those hips up. Left arm extends forward into your back bend. Try to look towards your hand. Squeeze those glutes. Press your hips up even further. If you flipped your dog, start to take it back over. Lead with that left hip and hand, straightening the leg. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Warrior two. It's a nice wide stance. Go deep into those hips. On your next inhale, straighten the front leg. Keep that front leg straight. Left fingertips reach forward as far as you can. Hand to your shin or ankle. Right arm up. So it's important you keep the front leg straight. It doesn't really matter where that hand is along the leg. As long as the leg is straight and you feel a good stretch through your inner groin to inner ankle. Start to draw the right shoulder back. See if you can look up towards the ceiling. If you want to go a bit further here, right hand can drop behind the back. Maybe finding that hip crease. And then going further still, floating the left hand across the chest. So I'm going to draw open the upper body, tuck that left sit bone under. Look up to over your shoulder towards the ceiling. Hold for 2 more breaths. If you have that wrap, start to release. Right arm reaches up. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bend to warrior two. On your next inhale, straighten that left leg and turn your left toes sideways towards the long edge of your mat. So your arms are extending out. You want your ankles directly underneath your wrists. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, take those hands and release them behind the back. And press the shoulders open, stretch across the chest. On your next exhale, start to fold forward, reaching the hands away from the body. Let the head release. And turn around here so you can see a little bit better. On your next exhale, hands release down. Fingertips point the same direction as your toes and start to walk your hands between your feet. So you're drawing your chest between the thighs. Start to walk your hands over to your right, stretching to the inside of the right leg, releasing the head. And then walk your hands back to center, over to the opposite side. Feeling a nice stretch from your inner groin to inner ankle. Hold for one more breath as you start to walk your hands back to center. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips, flat back. Engage the belly, exhale, hands to hips. On your inhale, come all the way up. Pausing here, turning back around. On your next exhale, turn those left toes forward, arms straight, bending back to your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the arms forward, step back to plank. Holding here, taking side plank, opening up to your right, or right fingertips reach up. So remember, you can modify down on that knee. As you exhale, take that right hand, sweep it underneath the side body. Inhale, extend the arm up. Exhale, sweep that hand underneath, so you're rotating through the core. And reach. Two more. Don't forget your breath. And reach. Last one. And reach. As you exhale, drop the right hand down. Back to plank, second side. Remember, you want to make sure that wrist is underneath your shoulder. If you're not modifying, stack your left foot on top of your right. You can always modify down to that right knee. Left arm extends up. As you exhale, take that left hand, sweep it underneath the right side body. Inhale, the hand back up. Exhale, left hand down, through, and reach. Remember that breath. Two more. Exhale, and reach. Last one. And reach. As you exhale, lower the left hand down, back to plank. Lower Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for one more big breath here. And as you exhale, drop the knees down, set the hips back to child's pose. So you're going to keep your eyes closed, slowing your breath. Take a few breaths here. Letting go of anything in your practice that was frustrating to you. Just spend the next couple moments bringing your awareness back to your practice. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees. Sit off onto your side hips, swing your legs around. Work on a couple hip opening stretches. Take your right leg on bottom, left ankle to the top of your knee. So you're stacking your shins one on top of the other. If it feels tight in that outer hip, you can always just take a cross-legged position, left leg in front. Keeping your feet flexed, start to walk your hands forward. So you're folding out over your legs, stretching the hips and the lower back. See if you can walk the hands a little bit farther forward as the hips release. Maybe resting on your forearms. On your next inhale, walk your hands back. Switching sides, opposite leg on bottom or in front. Make sure your shins are parallel with the top edge of your mat and keep the feet flexed. Keeping the long upper body, start to walk the hands forward. So again, you'll feel the tension across the outer hips. Give it a breath or two. And if you find a little bit more space, start to release deeper. Maybe finding those forearms to rest against the floor. Hold for 2 breaths. On your inhale, walk your hands back toward the legs. Releasing the legs, take the soles of the feet together. Let your knees drop open towards the floor. I'm going to try to sit forward on the pelvis. Nice length through the upper body. And release the hands underneath the toes. Lengthen tall as you inhale and exhale, start to fold forward. So let the knees release open. Lengthen the upper body as you fold out. Try not to round through the back. So as you round the back, you really start to take the stretch more into the back. And you want to keep the stretch in the hips and the lower back. So keep that upper body extended like you're reaching your heart towards your toes. Press the shoulders back. On your next inhale, come back up. Tucking your right leg under your left. Left toes to the outside of the knee, so you're sitting evenly on your hips. Left hand behind the back. You can either hug your knee as you rotate, Or if you have enough rotation, take that elbow to the outside of the knee. Lengthen long as you inhale and exhale, twist. You want to press the elbow against the knee. Use that as leverage to rotate deeper around the spine. Looking back over your left shoulder. On your exhale, release. Switching sides, tuck your left leg underneath the right. Right toes to the outside of the knee. Make sure you're sitting evenly on the hips. Right hand behind the back. Remember, you can either hug and rotate or take your elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Looking back over your right shoulder. Try to draw the shoulders down away from the ears as you lengthen up a little bit taller through the crown of your head. Look back over your shoulder. On your next exhale, release. Release the legs towards, and then lay down on your back in the center of your mat. And release the hands across the shins. You're hugging the knees in. And then just slowly start to rock from side to side. You're massaging your lower back. Maybe drawing little circles with the knees. Take your knees back to center. And release the hands behind the head for some abdominal work. So keeping your knees bent, you're going to lower the feet towards the floor. As you exhale, draw your knees towards your chest and lift up like you're going to touch your nose to your knees. Inhale, lower, tap the toes to the floor. Exhale, draw the knees in. Nice tight little ball. And inhale, release. Exhale. And inhale. So if you want to go a little further, as you exhale, draw the knees in. See if you can lift those hips up. So further engaging the lower belly. Exhale, draw the knees in. Lift those hips up. Inhale as you lower. Try to keep those elbows open. You're using your upper abdominal muscles to lift yourself off the mat. Don't use your hands. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last one. On your last one, you're going to hold one breath. Hold, one little ball. And release. Good. Straighten your legs, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes. One breath, extending the upper body and the abdominal muscles. As you exhale, bend those knees back, feet on the mat. Take your left ankle, cross it above your right knee. Hands interlace behind the right thigh. So you want to keep your left foot flexed. You're hugging your knee towards your chest. Should feel a stretch across your outer left hip. If you want to go deeper into that stretch, take your hands across the right shin. That way you can hug the knee closer to your body. On your next exhale, release. Switching sides, take that left foot back down to your mat, right ankle over your left knee. Hands interlace behind the left thigh. Start to hug that knee in. And if it feels better to go deeper, interlace the hands across the shin. As that outer hip releases, try to draw the knee closer to your body. Make sure your head and shoulders stay on your mat. On your next exhale, gently release. Releasing your legs. Take your arms out to a T, cross your left knee over your right. Lower the knees all the way to your right, looking out over your left shoulder. So you want to keep your shoulders pressed down against the mat. You should feel a stretch that right hip, or left hip, into your lower spine. On your next inhale, come back to center. Change the cross of your legs, right over left. Drop them all the way to your left, looking out over your right shoulder. On your inhale, knees come back to center. Uncross the legs, grab hold of the feet for happy baby, opening up the feet towards the ceiling. You're going to drop your knees towards the mat. And just start to rock from side to side for one last hip stretch. Coming back to center, legs together. Straighten the legs to the mat for Savasana, our final pose. Hands are alongside the body, palms up. Let the feet drop open towards the floor. You want to close your eyes. Maybe taking a towel across the eyes. Keep out any excess light. And keeping your eyes closed, start to soften your breath, letting it occur without any force or thought. Softening the muscles of your face. Maybe tucking your chin slightly to lengthen the back of your neck. If you're holding on tight to your abdominal muscles, let them go. Feel the entire weight of the body release through the toes and your fingertips as the back of your body melts against your mat. Keeping your eyes closed and your mind clear for the next couple minutes, resting here as you enjoy all the benefits of your practice. Start to deepen your inhales and your exhales, coming back to your breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes slightly, awakening your body from its rest. On your next inhale, extend the arms up overhead, stretching out your frame. And exhale, draw your knees towards your chest for one last stretch across the lower back. Start to roll off onto your right side. And take a breath or two there. When you're ready, pressing up to a seated position. Sitting up tall, close your eyes. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, palms pressed together at heart center as a symbol of sealing in all the benefits of your practice. Bow your head. Take a second to silently thank yourself for committing your body and your mind to your practice. Draw the hands to the forehead to remind us to always think lovingly. Draw the hands to the mouth to remind us to always speak compassionately. And draw the hands to the heart center to remind us to find the love and the beauty in everything that is around us, including ourselves. Hands to the forehead. Namaste.